Hi guys, Brain here, and welcome to another commentary video. Today I have a little bit of a kind of a contentious one, and it's something that I didn't even think about until it was brought up on stream by one of my friends, Zeus. We were talking about how, you know, in the event that a DC penalty got completely removed, like the DC penalty got completely removed, that like potentially people would abuse that, and kind of like our different takes with that. But Zeus went even further and said that Zeus wishes that the attempt to escape on hook, so essentially giving up on hook by just, you know, speeding through all the 4% attempts to Kobe and then going straight into missing both your skill checks in the second phase, should be removed from the game as well because it's bad for the game's health. Obviously, his reasoning being is most of the time when he plays killer or survivor, obviously he might have a situation where like he's playing survivor and then the random gives up and then it's a 3v1 right away, or he's playing killer and it just ends up in a boring match because the survivors are giving up right away. And I initially did not agree with this because I always err on the side that like of two main things when I think about like the DC penalty and I think about giving up on hook. I think of two main things. I think of first, what is making them want to give up? Zeus's argument was that most survivors just give up because they're entitled, they're whiny, and they don't want to they just don't want to face certain killers. That does happen. I'm not gonna sit here and say that doesn't happen. That does happen. That does happen. So people just go, no, I don't feel like facing that, and they move next. It has nothing to do with like a perk loadout. It has nothing to do with a bug. It has nothing to do with anything. They just say, I don't feel like facing a pinhead. Goodbye. And they do that. But I think I take issue with the idea that it's the whole of the community, that everyone is doing this, because I don't think that's the case. I don't think everyone does that. I don't think a majority of people does that. Because like I just, in my playtime, playing with other people, playing with multiple different groups of people, playing by myself, like I don't see people doing that in mass majority of the time. So I'm always of the idea that with these two things is that what's making someone actually give up? Is it for slowdown? Is it, oh, well, it's a nurse with Starstruck, and like, what is actually making them want to give up? And is it more the game's fault rather than just like, you know, entitlement? What is happening in the game that is like literally making them want to give up? What is happening? Because that may, at the end of the day, be more on the game side of things, like the game balance, like problems, more than like giving up problems. It may be more of an issue with the ability of like how the game is balanced itself instead of anything else. My other thing that I disagree with this is that you paid your $20. You paid your $20 to go play a game. You can kind of do whatever you want at that point, right? You bought your way into this game. You paid for it, and you can play it however you want. You can't cheat. Well, apparently you can, because behavior is just not going to do anything about that. But anyways, but you can't cheat and get caught, and you can't do other stuff. But in terms of in the game, you can basically do whatever you want. There's really nothing to really stop you. You earned your way. You earned your ability to play this game however method or way that you want because you paid for it. And unless you are quite literally cheating, the devs or the community can't really stop you from doing anything. And that includes giving up on hook. If you don't want to play this match, you are more than welcome to. You don't need to make up this huge like essay on like why you gave up, why didn't you want to play the match, why did you go next. You really don't have to make up an excuse for that. You paid your $20, you do what you want. You do whatever you want. And I think that's a really, really hard thing for a lot of DBD players to accept. Somebody is already typing down in the comments, like, I can't believe you said that. It's ruining the integrity of the game by giving up on this time. Somebody's already saying that. Somebody's already down there typing that as furiously as they can because they're just, okay, let me explain to you what's going on here, okay? Just as much as you have the ability to go hard, like run for slowdown, run a bunch of gen rush perks and make somebody miserable, they have a right to just say, no, I don't want to deal with that. I'm just going to go next. It's a two-way street. And I think that's what the thing that's like, that's the thing that I find to be the most frustrating about the DBD community is they don't understand that it's a two-way street with that sort of thing. They think that they can run like very oppressive and annoying stuff, and you're just supposed to sit there and take it. And it's like, no, if you have the right to run very oppressive and annoying things, no matter the side, I also have the right to just go next. And that's one of the things that it's just like I don't have to play against you. I really don't. I see this also on Survivor streams when they bring a bunch of brand new parts and the killer goes and stands in the corner and they're like, bro, that's so boring. Like, what is he supposed to do? He has a right to go stand in the corner. He's not having fun. So he's just gonna wait until the next match. He doesn't care. If he has the time to go do that, he has the right to go do that. He can go stand in the corner, mind his own P's and Q's, let you demolish all the gens in like 3 seconds with brand new parts, and he'll get into his next match and he'll be fine. Like, it's a two-way street. It goes both ways. And I don't get where this, it feels like it's funny. It's funny to me because like the basis of this argument is like entitlement. Because like, oh, well, they're giving up because they're entitled. Well, like, in a sense, you are also entitled because you think you're entitled to be able to like force these really intense like builds or really unfun builds onto people, whether, you know, survivor or killer, and they just have to sit and take that. They just have to sit and take it. You signed an agreement to play this match, so therefore you got to stay till the end. It's like, no, they don't. No, they don't. Like, that's a two-way street, my dude. They could also just go, eh, you win, I give up. There's plenty of other games, and this is a very unique thing to DBD, because so many other games have like a surrender option. You know what I'm saying? So many other games have a surrender option, where they could just say, okay, this is a lost cause, we're giving up. You know? And that's a completely normal thing, but I guess in the world of DBD, where everybody feels like they're entitled and everybody wants to bully each other, it's like a different kind of like seething feeling here, where it's like, you gotta take this, you gotta take my build, you know? And it's just, that's not how the rest of the world works. That's not how the rest of gaming works. If you like, I can't tell you how many FPSs I played in my life where people are just dropping out of my lobbies over and over and over again, and then it's like a 3v1 or 4v1 for like a little, not 3v1 4v1, but it's like a 3v4 or 4v it's like a 3v4 or 2v4 for like a hot second. I'm just like, you know, I've never looked at those people and went, oh my god, they're terrible, blah blah blah. I was just like, okay, people drop out, people drop back in, it's whatever, you know. Like this is like a completely normal thing in other games, is like people giving up, people surrendering early. It's a thing. It's like, this isn't a unique to DBD problem. This is a thing that's been in games for a long time. It's never been a huge, awful deal. And I feel like people just need to relax a little bit. And I feel like if you're calling the other side entitled for wanting to go next, you also might be entitled. And that might be something you need to analyze as well. And I want to top this off at the end, is to return to a point that I think is super important. I do think that a bunch of people going next all the time when queue times are really, really long, especially on killer, is a bad thing. That's not great. But I want to analyze why they're going next and not get rid of their ability to go next. I want to make that clear. I don't think that having a large amount of players just always going next would be good at all. But what I want to analyze is why that's happening and not take away the ability entirely. Yeah, this is gonna be a controversial one. Probably gonna get a lot of dislikes, whatever. I really don't care. But I do want to hear, what I do care about is what you think of it. So let me know down in the comments below. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. But if I don't, I'll see you when I see you. Bye.